As you are aware, a temporary ceasefire was announced by Russian President Vladimir Putin on the occasion of Victory Day. Furthermore, there have been recent declarations from Kyiv. Particularly over the weekend, there has been considerable discussion regarding the meeting between US President Trump and Zelensky. Subsequently, affirmations were made that the meeting went very well. Let us examine who expressed what and begin to acquire the assessments. Meet Bay, undoubtedly the actual situation on the ground is also of interest. While all of this is being discussed, on one hand, there are statements from the North Korean soldiers, and on the other hand, there are once again statements from Russia. Trump promised to end the war campaign in only a day, but to our dismay, it seems never-ending till now. We discussed it extensively just a week ago.
What did we say?
And you thought this would not be an issue.
We said it was easy to distribute other people's names. Adam, you're asking him to give up his own land? Is it that easy?
Of course not.
Who will sign this decision? For example, which man in Ukraine? Can he sign an agreement to give away his own land to someone else? Or if he did, which parliament could approve it? Do you think they would approve it?
Our family,
is it an easy thing? Of course not. I'm not talking about this thing within its own territory. I'm not talking about a deal to give away energy deposits. In a peace agreement that will go as a result of the ceasefire, Crimea and Luhansk, Donetsk region. And how do you determine to whom it will be given and what its status will be?
It is very difficult.
And then you will accept this. Ukraine will be the loser of the war. Why? Because it will have lost territory. Isn't that so? Yes, of course. Then don't they ask the man, why did you enter this war, brother? You should have given in the first place. If you had given Luhansk Donetsk from the beginning, don't they ask how so many people died? Because Russia will win. There is nothing else to it. It's not an easy thing. You put the man in debt. $500 billion in debt. 500,000 Ukrainians died. The infrastructure is about $400 and $500 billion according to the figures spoken. It needs to be remonetized to restore it to its former state. And on top of that, uproot your land. A large part of it, you're losing. You lose a big part of it. And then, it's not going to be called peace, is it? Of course not. So why doesn't he approach Russia? Why doesn't Russia... It is not saying very clearly that, yes, I am in the agreement.
Here, for example, about the annexation of Crimea, Putin finally made a statement like this. We are ready to give up full control over Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia regions. In return, America should recognize Crimea as Russian territory. America would do that, won't it?
Now he says we will give up the Luhansk-Donetsk region?
Exactly like this, we are ready to give up full control.
What do you mean, full control? Yes, we are.
Of course, he won't withdraw completely. He won't give up his gains.
Let's merge them first. We already have Luhansk-Donetsk. Territory was annexed on a day that also belongs to this day. Wasn't this territory recognized as Russian territory by a treaty decree on Victory Day? It was not so, I know so. And wasn't it announced with a big ceremony? Elections are being held. It's going like this. Russia, he's got a position that's in his favor right now. Because as long as the US does not provide weapons and equipment and others, Ukraine will not survive. Yes, it is not possible. It is not possible. Russia has also stabilized and is feeling better now. In what sense? It has somehow solved the problem of troops. Where did it do it? Through North Korea. But has Ukraine solved the troop problem? No, still Ukrainians fighting for his own land. Oh, has he solved the ammunition problem? No. Has he solved the economic problem? No, no. Russia thinks that every day is in its favor, and I think its main problem is not Luhansk, Donetsk, and others. I think it is pushing for the lifting of all sanctions. I mean, remove what you have done to me above the world, brother. Then maybe we can talk. It is heading towards that point. Because right now, is there a force that can force him? There is not. Is there a force to change the field? No. Why should Putin stop buying bigger ones and settle for less? If you were Putin, which would you prefer? Would you settle for less now that Ukraine is in a more difficult situation with Trump's announcement? Or more? Yes.
Of course he wants more.
And I think that's where we are now. Before, Ukraine was dragging its feet. As if now he's doing a little bit of Russia. You know Russians better because you served in Russia. You know them. I think Russia is dragging its feet right now. Because time is working in its favor at the moment. Has anything changed much on the field? Event happened. Russia has been horribly... did it go all the way to Kyiv, crushing the whole field like the Germans did? It did not go away. There are still intense clashes. Continues. But Russia is already trying to maintain its stable state. It is trying to maintain its stable state.
Most recently, it announced that it captured the Doroshovka settlement in the Kharkiv region.
Well, what you call settlements, let me put it this way. We are talking about small towns or villages. We are not talking about large settlements. Well, we are talking about places that are already uninhabited. In fact, and there's nowhere left to take it. I mean, there's no place to take. There's no settlement left. In fact, they are taking a place with the name of a settlement. So no settlement is taken. There is nothing left. They just take land. It's called the name of the place. It's called a settlement. Is there anyone living? Ask me if there's a single building left standing. And I'll tell you no.